Alright, so this step is actually one of the funnest. Pardon the mess. I promise the demo will be much cleaner. But again, here, as you can see, I've reflected semimembranosus here that we just cut. Here are two heads from biceps femoris that we've reflected. And again, here is our sciatic nerve running down. One thing to note, try not to cut this guy and just leave him be. But for this next part, we're going to have to go into the medial side of the tibia here on the bunny. And I hope you guys can see this kind of nerve-looking like structure. But this is actually a tendon. I'm just going to zoom you guys into that. One sec. So here, in the medial side of the knee, we have this kind of tendon-like structure right here. And this is why we were reflecting all of our kind of hamstring muscles, is to access this guy. And this guy is, like I said, a tendon of our semitendinosus, which is actually inside our adductor magnus. Muscle inception. So to access him, because he's inside the muscle, we need to cut up into kind of the posterior side of adductor magnus so that we can access him and isolate his muscle belly and kind of see how he runs. So to do this, I will usually take my probe and run it superficially along the tendon up. This is hard to do while filming. So I'll usually insert my probe in, and you can see how it's translucent. I can see the probe, and this means that I don't have the tendon or the muscle belly on my probe. And then from there, I will use scalpel, or you can use either scissors or whatever you're comfortable with, just so that we can kind of start to cut the muscle belly of adductor magnus open. And as you can see here, we're starting to kind of open up the muscle and get better visualization of it. I'm just gonna keep cutting up here gently. And again, I'm doing the same technique of putting my probe in first superficially above the muscle that I'm interested in, just so that I can avoid damaging it. And there we go. Now I'm just going to pull him up. So there's a bit of fascia and stuff, but here you can see semitendinosus inside of adductor magnus that we just isolated.